Yes, I'm wearing the same clothes because I shot 2 videos on Saturday. I will just edit this later than I will edit the first one. Now we're talking about plotting your story. What is a plot? Explaining plot is something that has been very, I don't know, I won't say it's hard, but I really don't know how to explain plot other than telling you that a plot is a sequence of events in your story from beginning to end. So when people ask you that what's the plot of your story, they are basically asking you what's the summary of your story, what's the sequence of events. John gets a call telling him that they've kidnapped his wife and he needs to rescue her. John goes out to find who kidnapped his wife, rescues his wife. That's your plot of your story, right? It's the things that happen that leads John up to the point where he rescues his wife. So that said, why is plotting your story important? Plotting your story is important because it takes away the confusion when you're writing along the way. I tell people that it's good to know the end of your story from the beginning, to know the end, not just the end in the way that the story ends, but also the point you want to pass across, the reaction you want to get from people that hear your story or read your story. So that said, your plot is basically the sequence of events in your story from beginning to end. That is, from the beginning to the inciting incident, to the plot point one, to the climax, to the plot point two, to the resolution of your story. That's what your plot is. That's what plot means. Now that you know what plot means, you also need to know that how to plot your stories from beginning to end. Now, I can't tell you how to plot your story because there are different ways to plot a story. You can decide to start a story from the middle, you can decide from the beginning, and you can decide to start from even the ending. For instance, you just show someone jumping off a bridge to commit suicide, and then that can be like a prequel to your story. And then, or what's that word? The part of the story that they write before the main story. You should try to make your plot not confusing. In that, I should be able to understand your story. Okay? I once watched a movie called Sucker Punch, and for the like of me, I've never been so confused. I enjoyed the movie, there was action, but I couldn't even tell. I was just confused, and I guess that was the essence of the movie, Sucker Punched. Like, I just felt like my brain was sucker punched. But if that's not your intention, to confuse people, then you should try to make your plot, event, your sequence not confusing. Let me know the beginning, let me know the ending, let me know the middle, let me know the essence of your story. And then you should also ask yourself a question. If I remove a scene in this story, does my story still make sense? If you've plotted out your story already, you've written your sequence of events from beginning to end, and you take out a particular scene in that plot, you take out a particular plot in that story, does it still make sense? Does it become confusing? Is something lost in your story? Is the meaning lost? If nothing is lost in that story, if you remove a scene or an element from it, then you might want to remove that element because that is going to leave not just a plot hole in your story, it's just meaning that you're just wasting people's time. Okay? Try not to waste people's time with your story. And if your story does become confusing, you know that that's definitely going to lead to a plot hole. That is an anomaly in your plot, a defect in your plot. And basically, that's it on what a plot is and how to plot your story. In summary, a plot is a sequence of events in your story from beginning to end. And your plot, no matter what you do, how you decide to choose to plot your story, whether you decide to start from the beginning, the middle, or the ending, you should endeavor to make sure that your plot doesn't have holes. That is, it's not confusing. It doesn't have useless scenes. And one more very important thing, if your hero is going to save the day using a method, a skill, or a gun, or something, you need to have placed that element into the story. If not, it becomes a Deus Ex Machina. Maybe one of these days I'm going to talk about Deus Ex Machina. But that's it for today. I hope to see you next time when I'll be talking about something else. And subscribe and like. I almost forgot to say that. Subscribe and like so that you will stay updated on more videos. Like, because it's a form of validation for me. Like, it makes me feel good. Like this video. And subscribe so you know when I post other videos. And that's it.